Hello and welcome to my first ever vlog. Here's how to make a gluten-free Victoria sandwich cake. You'll need your mixing bowl and spoon, some butter, sugar and eggs with some vanilla essence, flour, xanthan gum, milk, and your sandwich tins and a Laura fry. And here's me switching on the oven, so you need it at 180 degrees. Good to preheat it first, and then you can get going with mixing your butter and your caster sugar together. This might take a while, so it helps if the butter's softened first, and use your muscles to really get it going and keep mixing until it eventually forms a consistency that's like icing and it drops off the spoon fairly easily. And you can whisk up your 3 eggs, add in a teaspoon of vanilla essence for flavour, and then mix it into the butter, maybe half at a time, and really give it a good whisking so the mixture comes together. There we go, looking lovely, and that's all in there now. Give it a good whisk, and then you can put half a teaspoon into your gluten-free self-raising flour, and that's a gluten substitute, and it will make sure that the texture of the cake is nice. So mix it in all at once and give the cake mixture a good beating, but not for too long, otherwise the xanthan gum might make the texture a bit too solid, so be careful. There we go, and add your 5 tablespoons of milk at the end, and then you can put it in the 2 sandwich tins. Make sure you distribute it nice and evenly, and you can use a spatula to spread it out to the edges so that the tops are nice and flat, and it's ready for the oven. So there we go, just put it in, and it needs to bake for about 20 minutes or until it's golden brown and it springs back when you touch it lightly. And you can get going meanwhile on your icing. Butter goes into the icing sugar there, and you need to give it a good mix. Again, it helps if the butter has been softened first, it's easier to mix together. And you want to make sure there are no lumps, because no one wants lumpy icing. So mix it well and be persistent until it's nice and smooth, and then add in my secret ingredient, 2 teaspoons of cream cheese, which gives it a lovely texture and it makes it easier to spread on top. So there we go, all come together now and ready to use. And then you can put 1 cake onto the plate once it's nice and cool. Spread it with some strawberry jam. Make sure that's right out to the edges. Put the second cake on top and give it a wiggle so it's even. And then you can get your icing. Use a nice flat palette knife to spread it out right to the edges. And you can also use the palette knife to make little swirly patterns on top to make it look lovely. There we go. And then this stage you can put any final decorations on top while the icing's still a bit wet. I've chosen these wafer flowers here. You can use anything you want, go crazy. And that's all ready to eat. Enjoy!